morning, everybody, and welcome to Football Friday after a Christmas week. I hope everybody's having a great day, great week, and I hope everyone had a very, very Merry Christmas. Jeffrey, how are we doing today, buddy? You looking good, looking refreshed. All those new toys in the background, looking sexy as always.
Great. I feel very tired. It's great to be here, though. I just got my family into Disney, so it's very exciting as well too. Shout out to the 3-time for walking us into Epcot this morning, and now I'm here to talk to you gentlemen about football and then go to work and be a slave for the rest of my life.
I think slave's the word is a harsh word.
Probably not the right terminology.
Yeah, well, welcome in, Annie, Bry, TJ, welcome in. Good to see everybody. Hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
I think it's like you get to go to work, Jeff. You get to.
I'm so privileged. That's what my HR said the other day. They're like, you're so blessed and lucky to work here at this resort. I said, yeah, perfect.
Well, as somebody that has tried 55,000 times to work there, I guess maybe you are, Jeff, because it's impossible. I felt validated the other day, Jeff, because I was on there and I was on one of these bartender pages on Facebook or whatever. And somebody posted on there, has anybody gotten any luck on getting a call back from Marriott? I have like 12 years experience, no gaps in my resumes. I've applied 10 times and have not gotten one call back.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? That makes sense.
Buff, welcome in, Buff. What up, boys? Merry Christmas. Hopefully it was well worth it for you yesterday. And
good luck to Buff in the finals.
Buff's in the finals of the big league. Congratulations as well. Christmas was amazing. I built a lot of things. I will say this, and I think there's one thing that I love that I get to do every Christmas, and that's go to church on Christmas Eve service. That 11 o'clock communion service that you get where you sing Silent Night and then Joy to the World, everybody raises their candle. To me is just top tier Christmas shit. It doesn't get much better. And then to come back home, obviously come back home, Chevy Chase is on. I'm over there building, electric vehicles and shit for the kids. It makes you feel good, and especially when you have kids too. It's like your joy no longer matters about what you get. It's all about what your kids look like and what you see through their eyes as well too. So it's a blessing.
Don't take it personal 3 times because I'm not.
Very, very fortunate.
The dogs had some nice toys that I gave them today.
Good for them.
But it's funny you say that, Jeff, because I think, between me and you and the 30,000 people watching right now.
Yeah.
I think your boy is about to make a full court press for impregnation.
Okay. So how do you approach that? Obviously,
I'm thinking just
approach it in. Just whatever. But like, are you just going to go for the method of just,
Oops.
Oh, whoops.
Oops.
Well, if it happens, it happens. That's kind of your. Hello, Chloe. I'm a Bucks fan. Tyson is a Bears fan.
Welcome in, Chloe. Good to have you in. Glad to see the algorithm is working its magic. This beautiful Friday.
So how do you approach
alcohol and roofies? I don't need to roofie my wife, Jeremy.
Jesus Christ, Jeremy.
Alcohol might be a factor.
You can tell somebody hasn't been laid in a while, and that's one person's go-to on this podcast is alcohol and roofies. Commanders, listen, you have your quarterback of the future. You have great ownership. You just got to build your trenches a little bit. You're going to be absolutely fine. It's a blip in the radar. This is a tough year this year. Don't worry about it. Get some wide receiver help. Get some help in the trenches. It's going to be Bears and Commanders going forward, running the NFC for the next 10 years.
Really? That's a bold statement, Jeff. Clip that. StreamYard, clip that. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, no, it's done. It's already happened. I said the words. It's already on there. It's funny as we were generating our clips from the last stream. I got on here and looked, Jeff, and you're not going to believe this. I think we had a small, just a brief conversation.
Yeah.
In regards to what you just said, and to our esteemed producer, doing a lot of the back of the works here, and right here, the clip, Jeremy single ? Plus Bears. Even AI knows that Jeremy needs to get a little action around here.
Down bad.
Well,
listen, Jeremy, you're off today. Go out there, get active, mingle. Chloe, are you local? Are you here in the state of Florida, or where are you at?
Hold on. First of all, we don't know Chloe's age. Let's just stop there. Okay. Let's full on relax. All right, let's get into it.
State, it doesn't matter. But anyway, we'll just
Speaking of action, we did have a little bit of action last night of a bunch of games that nobody really cared about. And you know what? Let's start off with this. The NFL has completely missed the mark with Christmas and these Christmas games. Sir Charles Barkley, is it Sir now? Is he Sir?
I think he's got knighted before, but might have been.
Let's just call him Barkley the Great. Counts. Barkley the Great had this to say about the NFL during the NBA Christmas games. We used to have this day to ourselves, but you know, Roger Goodell and them pigs at the NFL always want to hog every day of the week now. I absolutely agree with you. The NFL and its greed and its money grubbing crap have started to infiltrate to ruin the sport. Let's also keep in mind that if you paid for the NFL package, which is supposed to include every single game, out of market games, was also not available on that. So you're missing out on 3 games, actually 4 when you consider Amazon Prime as well. I mean, I guess
also my question, like Peacock tomorrow, is that on the package as well too, or is that so?
Yeah, so again, you're not even getting the full package here. You know, I agree with Barkley. You know, I think last year was the first year that they did it, and they had just such great success. And you know, Jeff, the reason why they really have a lot of the success with this is because of the advertisers. Because when you're watching a game on an app, are you going to close out that app in between plays and commercial breaks? Absolutely not.
I usually keep the app open and I switch over to social media and scroll during commercial breaks.
Yeah, but that's on your telephone, Jeff. The TV is still on. The TV is still on. The eyeballs are on there, and that is just driving so much ad revenue. They figured that out with Amazon Prime on the Thursday night game. It was something like 85% still watch through the commercials versus the other channels when it's on local or whatever, they just flip back and forth. Absolutely egregious, man. For all of us that had to work on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, or I'm sorry, just Christmas Day, really. You know, we didn't get to watch anything. And not that there was anything really good, because let's be honest, the lineup was crap. But I will say this, in fairness to the scheduling gods at the NFL, when you looked at this game on these games for Christmas and you said Cowboys Commanders, that should have been a division challenging game based on what we saw at the end of last year. Same thing with the Lions and the Vikings, and honestly, the Chiefs and Broncos. So when I looked at the schedule at the end of last year to this, I'm like, this looks like it would have been a good lineup. Unfortunately, the Cowboys do what Cowboys do. Commanders, a lot of injuries. Jaden Daniels no longer involved. You know, all of the miracle plays that they had the year before just fell off. But, you know, I guess I really just want to get into this Lions-Vikings game, Jeff. Do we need to talk about anything about the Cowboys-Commanders? I mean,
no, shout out to Chloe, though. Being in Maryland as well, too. One of my best friends lives out in Montgomery County out there. We're at Clyde's Tower Oaks, like every single night when I'm up there. So I'm up there pretty often to go and visit my boy up there. So shout out DMV area as well, too. Listen, I thought...
You're up there pretty often?
A couple times a year, normally. I go up to see him.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. It just shows you how much you don't tell me. What else are you hiding?
Well, we always bounce back and forth too, because we'll either stay out there with him, or if we bring the kids, we'll usually stay down at the JW that's literally right next to the White House in DC, which is beautiful.
You don't have a second family or anything, do you?
No, not that I know of. Might be some things floating out there, but who knows?
There could be a couple little Tysons floating around there.
You never know.
You never know.
You know, listen, this is the Cowboys just kind of slowed the game away here. You know, they got down in that mode where there was just death by 1,000 cuts, first downs over and over and over again. In the fourth quarter, they ran a nice long drive, kicked the field goal with Brandon Aubrey, got really conservative. They had like a 3rd and 8, I want to say, from like the 35 or 40 yard line. And instead of trying to go for the first down, they ended up running the ball for 3 yards, kicking the field goal, going up by 10, didn't care about the cover. C'est la vie, game's over. Commanders come down and score. So, listen, I think bigger things ahead for both these teams. I love what the Cowboys did with the trade for Quinnen Williams. I think their run game that you've seen now, if they can get some linebackers and get some secondary help, and just protect Dak, I mean, I would re-sign Pickens and then kind of go from there. But the Commanders, same thing. Just need to hammer the trenches in the draft and in free agency to get a little bit better here.
With George Pickens here, the Cowboys. Let me present this question to you. Would you go ahead and try to sign him to a long term, or would you franchise tag him? Because the George Pickens that we saw the first half versus what we're seeing towards the end is not the same Pickens. Now, again, that could be also because they're out of it, less effort. But again, that's also a reflection on the player. Would you risk the franchise tag to see, hey, I just want to make sure this isn't one of those blips, where he looks all, into it, having a good season. I'm not going to go ahead and sign him for, $30 million a year, which I don't even know. Do they even have that money? First of all,
I would give him 3 years, $90 million.
So you just go all in, huh?
Yeah, George Pickens has been he was one of the number one wide receiver recruits in the country coming out of high school. He was a 5-star recruit. He played at Georgia, won national championships, was the number one player on their team in terms of as a wide receiver, and then gets into the league and has continued to produce with quarterbacks like Russell Wilson and Mason Rudolph, and just absolute trash. So, yeah, I think that they're building a chemistry there with him and Dak. I would sign him for 3 years. I would go all in this 3-year window and try to figure it out, because I think that's about the window that Dak has left.
And you're going to have to do some serious contract restructuring, because they are $47.9 million over the cap.
Yeah, none of that matters.
It really doesn't anymore, does it?
The salary cap is not even an actual thing
like,
in the NFL, because you can just add void years, you can defer shit, you can do it. Look at the Shohei Ohtani contract, like do whatever you want to, man. It's a joke.
Well, no
the NBA is different, because the NBA, there's a hard cap, and once you hit certain thresholds, now you owe an absorbent amount of money that you have to pay in terms of when you hit aprons and luxury tax and different tiers. So that's different. The NBA is very different when it comes to that.
But does it even matter? Because like you said, the MLB, I think the Dodgers paid $276 million in luxury taxes last year, but they won. So does it really matter?
It ain't tricking if you got it, I guess,
Yeah, I guess. I feel like the NFL salary cap is like the federal government. They just keep passing every 6 months. We'll just increase the debt limit and just keep on trucking.
Here. Did you want to report that or no? You want to wait?
What's that?
Breaking news: Kyle Whittingham, who just stepped down as the Utah head coach. I believe his comments were sometimes you should step away before you get asked to leave. Is being hired as the head coach at Michigan. I
saw that there was interest this morning, but I didn't see that it was finalized.
According to
he is going to coach. He is coaching the bowl game. Are you drinking a Bud Light already?
No, it's a Saratoga water.
Oh.
It's fancy water. It's rich
too much
TikTok
water. Yeah, he's watching too much TikTok.
Yeah, it's interesting. And Kyle Whittingham, I didn't peg that as that's the guy that they're zeroing
66-year-old. I did watch a little bit this morning. Of course, watched a little bit of Paul Feinbaum and his reaction on this. As much as I really don't like Paul Feinbaum, he does have the inside scoop on a lot of things. And this was more. I filled the bottle from the tap.
It's like you got like a Class A Azul bottle that's empty, and he decided to fill it up with fucking Don Julio Reposado.
My goodness.
It's like, don't worry.
Don't you disrespect Don Julio Reposado like that. That is a good tequila.
That's my go-to, bro. What do you mean?
Well, you talk about putting it in a Class A Azul bottle.
Well, but I'm saying, like, price-wise, you're like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I got you. I think this was more of a stabilization of Michigan football in this hire.
Yeah.
You look at a 66-year-old Kyle Whittingham. Obviously, he has integrity, been around for a long time, commands integrity from the rest of the league. I think this was kind of a get-right bridge coach. I mean, do you really see him staying there for 10 years and coaching until he's 76? Maybe. But I think it was kind of a get right. Let's get this shit back on track. Hopefully he can get us a little bit more respectable, get some recruits back, and then we'll work on our game plan later.
It feels there's something going on. Oh,
well, yeah, the whole Michigan program's in shambles. I mean, think back to football, like, all of that crap that happened. Like, there's just, and now they're doing a whole strip down of all athletics, that peeling it back.
Yeah. There's some shit going on. But hey, congratulations, Michigan. I guess. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
It just doesn't feel like a Michigan hire to me. But I guess neither did Sherrone Moore when they promoted him. I felt
it
like
feels like a Florida Gator hire. Is what
I
it feels
felt like
like.
he was the gap there with Sherrone Moore. So this is interesting that Kyle Whittingham is now thrusting in that role, I guess. So we'll see. Anyway,
let's
moving
get
on.
into it. Lions
suck.
officially moved. Eliminated from playoff contention,
Yeah.
losing to the Vikings on their seventh string quarterback. First of all, let's start on the Vikings side of the ball here, Jeff. The first thing I think about the Minnesota Vikings here is I just think back to this offseason and them letting Sam Darnold go, them passing on Aaron Rodgers. They really missed the mark at QB for this championship window. And it's sad, man. It is really sad. The Vikings were strapped in, ready to go. Last year, they were right there. Sam Darnold had a bad game, right? A bad game. You chose to move on from him because you didn't want to pay the salary. Okay. But you still could have brought in Aaron Rodgers, who is obviously performing at a much higher level than J.J. McCarthy right now. That team was built to win now. And you decided to go to a J.J. McCarthy, which not only has been very wildly inaccurate, but has been fragile as a glass, a glass vase. And has missed so much time. And then you bring in this guy who even started for the Vikings.
Max Brosmer.
There you go. Household name. And just, Jared Goff turned into Sam Darnold in this game. But before I get on the Vikings side, Jeff, I mean, did they miss their championship window here? I mean, you got some of the best receivers on the planet in your locker room. That defense is no joke. Brian Flores is probably one of the best defensive coordinators with his exotic blitz packages, the way he changes his schemes to confuse quarterbacks, which you saw with Jared Goff. You just needed a quarterback, man, and you decided to put the entire franchise in J.J. McCarthy's hands in this window.
Yeah. I mean, I will be interested to see what they do. Obviously, you're committed to JJ. He is the starter. He is the number one going forward. But I'll be interested to see what they do for a backup next year, and who they decide to target and go after to give JJ a look. I think it's got to be the right person. I think it's got to be somebody who can handle him. I think it needs to be a vet. I think it needs to be a guy who can be in his ear, who's going to support him. Like you can't go get Kyler Murray and have him be the backup.
Is that who I think it is, Jeff? Are you going to say who I think it is? Old crab legs himself?
Well, supposedly the Giants do not want Jameis Winston to go anywhere. They've said that he's the backup going forward. They don't care. They're going to hold on to him. They signed him to a 2-year deal last year as well, too. So there is that factor as well. He's still under contract. I think Jameis would be perfect there, but
Jeff, where would Jameis not be perfect for you? In Tampa Bay?
I'd love him in Tampa Bay personally, but whatever. It's neither here nor there.
He's a perfect fit everywhere.
What's crazy is that you're asking about whether the Vikings have blown their Super Bowl window, and I think the real narrative should be is that the Lions have blown their Super Bowl window.
Well, I'm going to get to that one next
because I think that is the true story here is that, and I said this about, and I don't know how to say this correctly, but I love Dan Campbell and I think he's fantastic. And I think that raw go get him, like everything like that, that's great sometimes. But then there comes a point where the X's and O's matter a lot as well too. And we saw when he started taking over play calling, like, did it get that much better? It got a little bit better. The problem is that their O-line's banged up. The problem is that they've invested too heavily into just offensive related shit. Their secondary is terrible. They only have Aiden Hutchinson on the D-line to create havoc. They don't have anybody else. They have a lot of pieces that they need to make this team better. And I just don't see how that happens this year. And Jared Goff is getting up to an age now. We know he can't play outdoors. This was inside. This was terrible from Jared Goff. This is a game where Jared Goff should play well. He should not be 18 of 29. He should not have 2 picks and a fumble.
He had 5 turnovers, did he not?
Was it 5?
Yeah, I think he had 5 turnovers. Yeah.
Yeah, he had three fumbles. 3 fumbles. Jahmyr Gibbs fumbles here, 2 picks. Just absolutely terrible, man. And on the other side, look at Max Brosmer, 9 of 16, 51 yards, 3.2 yards per completion. That's incredibly terrible. So,
well, you got lucky with the Jordan Addison 65-yard rip. That pretty
right.
much
That was a rush. But other than that, it's like, I mean, where these teams go, you're not going to be better than Green Bay in the next few years. You're not going to be better than Chicago in the next few years. So what are you really going to do? You know,
as a Chicago fan in the NFC North, I am feeling pretty damn good. I'll tell you that. Well, let's get on to it. The Lions, as you just said, possibly missing that championship window. I think a lot of the stuff they're missing Ben Johnson, man. They're missing Ben Johnson. I mean, some of the creativity that he had, the smash mouth football with the running game that you don't see anymore.
No.
It's pretty much now, if you can shut down Jahmyr Gibbs, that's it. And people have figured that out. And Jared Goff's too good of a quarterback and have been around too long to make the mistakes that he made. I mean, that was literally cover 2 zone coverages where the DBs are just sitting back watching him, just reading him like a book. Yeah, to your point, I think that Dan Campbell's definitely missing his offensive coordinators. I will say that. As a general manager or whatever you want to call it, head coach of a football team, you're only as good as the people that are underneath you. And there was going to be some growing pains. I honestly, like the guy that was at the bar there, and I feel bad for the Detroit fans, man. Like literally a year ago, you're talking Super Bowl, and now you're out of the playoffs.
But let's keep in mind, they're also Michigan fans too, and just that the whole
just on the NFL side, Jeff. Just on the NFL,
some of that shit that we had to deal with was unbearable. I gotta listen to him
like
talk
your
about
boy Davey Portnoy.
Pistons. Anyway, that window's over. So
Broncos Chiefs, Jeffrey. Broncos do get the win, but Chiefs with Shane Bouchard. Shane Bouchard?
Who
started for the Kansas City Chiefs?
Oh, the quarterback?
Shane something, right?
Chris Oladukin?
No.
Dokun?
No. Yeah. Oh shit! What? Damn.
Yeah, he played a little bit last week. I thought he would actually get a little bit more on the rushing side. His prop was like 19.5. I thought he'd scramble a little bit because he does have some legs. He just didn't get out of the pocket like I thought he would. Kansas City plays tough. Denver, Bo Nix.
Say it, Jeffrey.
38.
Say it.
They can't keep on fucking getting away with it, dude. I don't
say
understand.
It, Jeffrey.
What?
They can't keep getting away with it.
Yeah.
Looking like the number 1 seed in the AFC North. I'm sorry, AFC. I don't think that I don't think we've ever seen a more fraudulent number 1 seed. I don't know.
What do you mean? It could be the Bears in the NFC.
I said AFC.
Yeah.
I'll take all the smoke, bro. Because the Bears are absolutely on fraud watch. So you're not hurt.
We were saying this last night. We started a conversation. Somebody was like, "Oh, the Broncos remind me of the Chiefs from last year," and it's like they don't really though. Like
no,
the Broncos are not elite at anything.
Who said that?
I
need names.
It's in a group chat.
I need names, Jeffrey.
My boy Malik said it in a group chat. Don't worry about it.
I hope you corrected him.
We did. The Broncos are just not like there's nothing. The reason the Broncos are good at defense is because they're able to bring pressure because they can put Surtain on an island, and that's it. Like, listen.
So let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question for the Denver Broncos like that. Put Surtain on an island, okay? What do you do when you have? Let's just hypothetically say, okay, you put him on an island, but you have DJ Moore, Luther Burden III, and Romo Dunze out there. Then what does that defense and that secondary do?
I don't disagree with that. I think that the Broncos are very matchup based. Like, look at what happened last week against Jacksonville, right? You have 2 good wide receivers on Jacksonville now with Jacoby Myers and Brian Thomas Jr. Now you can also run Strange out there as well too. Now you have to worry about Etienne coming out of the backfield, so on and so forth. But Trevor Lawrence ate them up. Ate them up, and Liam Cohen did whatever the fuck he wanted to the entire time. And that was without their backup running back in Bilal Tootin, who does have a nice role in that offense as well too. So I don't. Listen, and now they're going to be the 1 seed, right? They're going to go in. They have 10 days off now, and they're going to go play the Chargers next week. And I think that's going to be for the division, right? If the Chargers beat the Texans tomorrow, is it for the division or no?
Uno momento, por favor. Possibly they would have a tied record. So
right, but the Chargers would have beat them twice. So the head-to-head, the Chargers would have both wins. right?
I don't know why this doesn't show divisional record here. I'm gonna go with yes, Jeff.
Obviously, the Chargers
I'm
have
looking
to
it up.
win tomorrow
Yeah,
against the
if
Texans.
the Chargers win, they're in. Yeah.
But I'm saying the Chargers when they win the division.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Right, cool.
You are correct.
Yes. Yeah. So Chargers would win the division, which I'm
because the Chargers are 5-0 in the division, and the Broncos are 4-1 in the division.
And their only loss is to the Chargers. Now, this game is going to be played in Denver, which is going to be interesting as well. But a lot of different things riding on this next week's game as well too. So
we'll see. I mean, let's just go ahead and get into it as we're continue this. We'll just go right in. But the Chargers are going to have a tough task this week. The Houston Texans are coming in town, and the Texans. I don't know if there's a hotter team in the NFL right now, and we've also talked about before when we looked at the Chargers. Their number one problem is protecting Justin Herbert. Well, what is the strength of the Houston Texans?
For sure,
rushing the passer.
For sure.
I mean, I'm 100% with you, Chad. I love Houston here, and I think that this is also one of those spots where it's like, I feel like everybody should be on Houston at this point. So that gives me a little concern that it feels like it's one of the God. I don't want to say it. It feels like it's too easy. I mean, Texans are just absolutely rolling. Chargers are up and down, but this game is so big for the Chargers so that they can be in position for next week against the Broncos. So I definitely think you're going to get your best. I just don't know. I can't get a pulse on it. I really can't. If I had to go, it'd definitely be Texans to start with for sure.
Yeah, I want to see if Mekhi Becton's going to play as well too. I think that's a big deal for them as well. I know he's questionable. It's a big deal. Kamani Vidal questionable as well too. I think he is more probable than questionable, probably. So you should get him in there. It's going to be a good game, man.
Questionable than probable, probably.
I'm sorry?
More questionable than probable, probably.
I said he's more probable than questionable, probably, in my opinion. But
probably, yeah, that's it.
Probably.
Yeah, so I mean, right there, yeah, Chad. Houston's a huge public play. It just feels like that same thing. Honestly, this might be a sneaky take here. What is the over under here? Oh,
39.5.
Ooh. I was gonna say I kind of like the under, but I don't know about that. After getting burned against the 49ers and the Colts, my under is a little bit tested at the moment.
Yeah, Chad, I think this is the thing too, is that I always say what would make a great script for the NFL, right?
Yep.
You're gonna get next week, you're gonna have you're gonna get like you're gonna have these two teams playing each other in Denver. It's probably gonna get flexed like the Sunday night game or whatever. It's gonna be Harbaugh versus Peyton, Herbert versus Knicks. There's gonna be all these different storylines and stuff like that. So
it might be too late to get flexed.
I can just see because most of the games next week have TBD for time next to their name.
Oh, really?
Because week 18, the NFL always does this where they don't want games that mean absolutely nothing being played late, basically. So they'll flex a bunch of games that actually mean something, so that the teams that mean things for are playing at the exact same time. So that
because right now the schedule at Score App says they're all at 1:00.
Right. You can't have this situation where a team is more beneficial for them to lose in a sense, if that makes any sense. There's a way that it'll work out in some of those scenarios. So yeah.
Who do you like in this one, Jeffrey? Do the Texans get the win at home, or
I'm going to take the Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers.
Just simply for the script.
Correct.
I agree. However, to Chad's point, the public is on the Texans, but yet the line is moving to the Chargers.
Right.
It's at 2 now. I think if it does continue moving, you can somehow get the Texans plus 3.5. I think that would be the play. I don't think it's going to move that far.
I think it's also going to set up a little bit of drama as well too, because then, let's say Indianapolis, somehow beats Jacksonville this weekend.
Very possible.
Never know. Very possible. They're playing at home, right? Indy beats Jacksonville. Now all of a sudden, the Texans play Indy week 18. That game means everything, right? Same thing when you're going to get Bucks Panthers week 18, right? Like there's so many games that they're going to end up having. As trash as this week was or is, like what you're going to have next week is going to be fucking epic.
And can I also just reiterate what I said last show, that I'm actually ecstatic the way that they did the schedule this year, all of these divisional games in December. I mean,
and you're going to have Baltimore, Pittsburgh, right? Seattle, San Fran.
Let's get into the other Saturday game real quick here, and then we'll go through them.
Yeah,
Baltimore Ravens headed
to not till next week too. So whatever.
Yeah, Baltimore Ravens headed to the Packers this week. Packers favored by 4.5 here. With the Lions loss, the Packers did clinch a playoff berth.
Yep.
It looks like, unless the Bears can wrap off, beat San Francisco at San Francisco and then beat the Lions, and somehow get that number 1 seed. It looks like it's going to be Bears Packers round 1 of the playoffs, which is going to be round 3, baby. Round 3, but let's go back here. For the Baltimore Ravens, obviously everything is on the line. They have not been fully eliminated yet, I don't believe, correct?
Nope. And like I said, you're going to have a Week 18 game against Pittsburgh, which is possibly going to mean a lot.
But if the Steelers win this week, they clinch, correct? Yes. Because they would be 10-6 and the Ravens would be 8-8. So if the Steelers win, the Steelers control their own destiny. I guess the biggest question here, Jeffrey, do we have word, is Lamar Jackson playing in this game, or does it even matter at this point?
I don't know. I really want to take Baltimore here.
I think Baltimore with the points. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, the Green Bay Packers are a little bit in shambles at the moment. Is Jordan Love progressing through concussion protocol? I don't know. Obviously, I'm not going to keep talking about the Micah Parsons thing. It is what it is. But, the Bears, regardless of how they won that game, still held them under 20 points for the game. And that's one of the more high-powered firing offenses, especially with Christian Watson coming back. The Green Bay Packers were absolutely humming on the offensive side of the ball. Josh Jacobs is still dealing with nagging injuries. I'm not going to say, again, the fact that Jordan Love didn't play that game really affected that offense too much. I think, if anything, it opened the playbook a little bit more. However, I will say the Green Bay Packers are not just slated. Now, also, let's think about this. The Green Bay Packers are already in the playoffs. More than likely, you're locked into the 7 seed anyway. So do you even put them out there?
Lamar Jackson is doubtful for tomorrow to play. So it looks like you're going to get Snoop once again rolling out there.
Which, honestly, I like Snoop better, just simply for the fact of he's not injured. He can run. He's more mobile. I think this, Chad, that's what I was just saying. I think the Packers have clinched. There's no reason. If they win or whatever, there's no reason for them to win. That's not going to change their seeding. They're locked in. They're the 7th seed.
Well, unless the Bears lose. I mean, the Bears could lose the next 2 games.
They absolutely could. You talking about still trying to win the division?
Yeah, because then you'd both be 11-6, right? Or no, the tie would come into play actually.
And I do believe the Bears hold the tiebreaker.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that the Packers would be 11-5-1, and the Bears would be 11-6. So then the Packers would actually win the division.
Well, there you go. I guess. There you have.
So I think they still have something to play for. Technically, no Lamar's tough. I could see Baltimore losing this game, and I could also see Pittsburgh losing the game as well too. And then it really does come down to Week 18. So I get Baltimore plus 5.5 as a side for sure. I think especially with a total of like 39, stuff like that, like to see a spread over 4. If you're going to talk about a total that's so low, I think you have to take the Baltimore side for sure.
I definitely think so. I think 4.5 points is too many. But again, also, I feel like it's the same thing that we just talked about a little bit with Green Bay. It's just, these guys are not in it. These guys are not in it.
Like at 2.5, I would say it's probably a no play, but at 4.5, it definitely feels like a Baltimore play, which it opened at 2.5 and it just got bet to 4.5.
Well, I saw this, I was thinking about this the other day. You can be on the sharp side of things and still lose and still be, it's still the right play, even though you lose. So you got to follow whatever formula that you use. Be very interesting to see if Jordan Love does play. I think if he play, that line might move a little bit more. Might get it at 5.5.
Get the Tyler Huntley versus Malik Willis.
What we all wanted to see in Week 18. Let's
Malik
keep
Willis is
moving
going to be
on.
an interesting backup for somebody next year as well too.
Can I also say this? And I know, Jeff, I know what you're going to say, but I don't know what's going on. But all of this quarterback turmoil, and my boy Trask is still sitting on the practice squad and somewhere on the Falcons. And we've got people starting that haven't seen the light of day in 5 years getting shots. Oh, man, the freaking Bucks, man. Let's talk about these Bucks, Jeff. They're headed to Miami. Must-win situation here. Bucks -6, though. That seems a little hefty considering the way the Bucks have been playing.
Yeah. Yes, I agree. It does seem like a lot of points for the way that the Bucks have been playing. What time do we play at? 1
o'clock. Let's be honest. Come on. Yeah. Nobody wants to watch this. Is it even televised in Florida, Jeff?
Miami's been playing a lot better lately, though, too. I mean, they were terrible last week, but their defense has been a little bit better. So what a weird spot for them just to get absolutely boat raced off the field. I guess it's a sign that maybe they've quit. Not really sure. I don't know.
It does feel that way for a team that is literally still in playoff contention. It does feel like they've just kind of packed it up. Like,
I think they're officially out of playoff contention after last week.
Who? Oh, the Dolphins. I thought you were talking about the Bucks. Well, I mean,
no,
I think the Dolphins are still playing. I mean, Quinn Ewers has got his, he's going to be out there fighting. He wants an opportunity. I think everybody, I think it's just the opposite. Honestly, I think a lot of people in the Miami organization are fighting for their jobs. So
right, but what I'm saying is they got boat raced by the Cincinnati Bengals last week.
Yep.
It wasn't as close as the score.
That's probably why they're getting 6.
Wasn't as close as the score indicated. And it was 45-10 at one point. I don't know. I don't have a really good read on this game because I don't know who's going to show up. I don't know how on fire the Bucks are going to be because they should have been on fire the past 3 weeks and they came out flat. No clue. I'll find out at 1 o'clock on the first drive how we look. I would like for us to try to stretch the ball down the field a little bit. That would be cool.
You just run the ball.
They took one shot to Emeka. They hit for like 50 yards in the fourth quarter with like 7 minutes left. And then I had to go to work. I don't know how it stalled. It was 20-20. We hit a 50-yarder Abuka. Whatever. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole again.
Let's stay positive this day after Christmas. I mean, yeah. I think you're gonna find a lot about this team and these players in this game for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. How bad do they actually want it? We've questioned their integrity over the last couple games. Some of the lackadaisical routes, plays, all this kind of stuff, the lack of focus. We'll see. Game's on the line. Win the next 2 games and you're in. Easy peasy. I don't know who really wants to play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the playoffs. Tristan Wirfs will not play Sunday versus the Dolphins. No worries. Toe. Breaking news on the Uninformed Fam. Jeffrey gets another kick in the nuts the day after Christmas. I just think they got to run the ball. So speaking of run the ball, let's head out to San Francisco. The Chicago Bears are headed to San Francisco. San Francisco coming off that great win. Niners here favored by 3. Some places have it at 3.5. The line seems to be moving towards the 49ers. I'm with Chad here. I think that the Bears +3 is the play. However, I say that with extreme caution. We just saw the Indianapolis Colts light them up. There was no defense on either side. The San Francisco 49ers lit up arguably a decent Colt defense as well. I mean, no Sauce. Whatever. Did I see that Sauce got elected to the Pro Bowl? We gotta take the fans out of this, dude. We gotta take the fans out of this. My boy Nyshawn Wright over here has like 5 interceptions, either leading the league or second in the league. A lot of forced turnovers, and we got people like Sauce Gardner that are going to the Pro Bowl that hasn't done absolute shit this year. But let's not talk about that. Let's stay positive here. I mean, this definitely seems like a Bears spot. However, the Bears are known as the cardiac Bears for a reason. And I just don't trust them week in and week out.
I'm going to go with Chad's play here. Take the Bears. Niners 0-4 straight up after Christian McCaffrey has 28 plus touches the game before. They just played on a Monday night, shorter week. Bears have an extra day on them. Give me the Bears.
Man, dude, I don't know, dude. I feel like the clock has got to run out at some point on these Bears. They can't keep doing it, Jeff. They can't keep getting away with it.
Maybe they can until the playoffs. We'll see.
Well, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, though. San Francisco's run defense is not very good.
I don't think it's great. No, not since Fred Warner.
I don't think it's great,
especially.
So when we're talking about the Chicago Bears and the game plan here, it's got to be ground and pound, run it down the throats, which is going to open up the play action, a la what we saw deep pass to DJ Moore. Without 20-mile-an-hour winds, obviously Caleb Williams is in his bag. Iceman is feeling himself. But to Jeremy's point here, if the 49ers do win this game, win the next two games, they will be at home through the Super Bowl. I think that is an underestimated and underthought for scenario there, to where you can literally control. You have every home game the whole way. If you do.
Why do they call Caleb Williams the Iceman?
Because one game in the locker room, Ben Johnson said this man has ice in his veins when he came through and led the Bears to another one of the 7 game-winning touchdown drives. He said he had ice in his veins. Iceman stuck, and now he has the Iceman, which is also, I heard, sign language for bear. No, close enough, dude. Close enough. We're over here feeling ourselves. But yeah, I mean,
moving on.
There's nobody with more confidence than the Chicago Bears, Caleb Williams, right now. None. I don't think there's a quarterback out there that has more confidence than Caleb Williams when he steps on the field. That could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. But again, Ben Johnson, just do what you do, bro. Just run the football, control the clock. My biggest thing, once again, is can they get pressure on Brock Purdy? When the Bears do not get any pressure, absolutely cooked. And is Ricky Pearsall playing? I don't know. That's going to be a big one.
I think Kittle's a big one as well, too. And if Kittle doesn't play, look at Tonga as well as maybe a DFS flyer or something like that, or, maybe over on yards on him as well, too, just because he is serviceable. So.
Well, Chicago Bears fans, let's just get a preview of the Super Bowl. You know what? This week, you'll be back there in a few weeks. Let's get it on. A few other games of some playoff implications, Jeffrey. We did talk about the Steelers headed to the Browns. Are you surprised that the Browns are only getting 3 points in this game? After we've seen the Tennessee Titans absolutely destroy that defense. Who'd they play last week? That ate them up again.
They played the Bills, and they lost by 3.
Yeah, but the defense gave up how many points? 23? Yeah, I guess that's not too bad.
I love the Browns in this spot. I think it's a beautiful spot for the Browns. Probably one of my favorite plays of the week. Give me Cleveland here.
Going against your Steelers, huh, Jeffrey? So that would lead us to the Week 18 showdown of the Steelers Ravens for the division.
Myles Garrett breaks the sack record here on Aaron Rodgers. I wouldn't be surprised to see a la Brett Favre the fall down as he comes around the edge as an homage as well too. So,
what he just goes to the ground and Myles touches him and gets the sack.
Yep. Damn, you got it at 4.5. Yeah, that's smash spot. Love Cleveland this week. Love them.
When did you get 4.5?
Probably when it opened.
Do we even get lines when it opens like that?
Yeah.
I feel like Hard Rock delays it with their poverty ass. Jags 6.5. I got 6.5 on the score app here. I think it's 6 now.
Against the Colts.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Cleveland. In Indy. Give me the Colts here.
I like a lot of dogs this week. That's usually not a good sign. 94% of the money on Jacksonville -6. That makes me feel a whole lot better about everything.
Love Indy, bro.
Fade the public.
Yeah.
Fade
This
the public.
series is so weird the way that it works out. Like the Jags play terrible in Indy, and Indy plays terrible in Jacksonville every single year, like clockwork. So it's just, I don't know why it's like that. It's been like that through regimes and owners and different things, and I don't know, but it's an Indianapolis spot for sure.
Can I also give a hot take?
Please.
If the Colts would have had Phillip Rivers 3 weeks prior, they'd be in the playoffs.
Can I give a hot take? Phillip Rivers is giving me big time Jared Lorenzen vibes.
If I knew who that was, then I might be able to side with you either way. But yeah,
you don't remember Jared Lorenzen from University of Kentucky, and he ended up playing for the New York Giants? He was a lefty quarterback who was literally like 315 pounds.
No.
What do you think Rivers' walking around weight is right now?
250?
I'm going to say over 260.
Nah, 250. Camera adds pounds, pads.
Brother.
How fat do you think I am, Jeff?
I think you're like 230, 225.
240.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fat now.
Obviously, the camera doesn't add too many pounds then.
Well, it's good because the lower half is cut off strategically.
Yeah,
I might add.
Phillip Rivers' lower half is not cut off. You're telling me that you think Phillip Rivers is 10 pounds heavier than you? Come on.
Yeah.
There's no way, bro.
How
that
tall
man
is he? How tall is he?
He's got like at least 3 inches on you.
So he's 6'4"?
3 inches and 11 kids.
Yeah. Well, when you're deep like that, the penetration's easy, bro. I mean, I guess
Jesus
so.
Christ. Okay.
Yeah, let's get back. I say it. If the Colts would have had Phillip Rivers 3 weeks prior, and I am also saying this in lieu of Danny Dimes, they would be going to the playoffs.
I think that they should start Anthony Richardson.
I don't think he's playing. I don't think he's still available. I don't know what's happening. Nobody knows. It's kind of like
the
Kyle Trask situation. Everybody's tight-lipped.
Yada.
They're talking about starting the other guy.
Who? Riley Leonard?
Yes.
Then I love Indianapolis here. Riley Leonard can play quarterback. I don't even know. I understand he got hurt, but Riley Leonard can move a pocket. He has really good balance throwing the football. He can make some touch throws. He's athletic.
I don't like the way he looks.
Okay. That's an opinion. It doesn't matter who starts at quarterback. Give me Indianapolis here.
What if it was Kyle Trask?
Give me Indianapolis.
Oh, I like that now. I like that. I'm trying to see if there is an update to Anthony Richardson. Oh,
I mean, from
return to practice.
Yeah, they opened up his practice window.
Well, I knew that, but he wasn't even practicing. He feels normal in daily life, but needs to see how his vision responds in football activities.
That man is cooked. Can we also talk about
what
the schedule that the Colts have had here? Right?
Well, we can also talk about the first half of the schedule, which what everybody did throw out about how easy that first half of the schedule was. But that on the stretch home was brutal. You're absolutely right.
They lost to Kansas City overtime. Can
you look up
Houston, Jacksonville, Seattle, and San Francisco?
I need to see your lips.
And now you have Jacksonville, who has beaten Arizona, Tennessee, Indy, the Jets, and then, of course, a good win against the Broncos.
Of all of the playoff teams in the NFL, Jeffrey, do you know what team has the most wins versus playoff teams?
The Bears.
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Do you know this stat? Do you know how many teams the New England Patriots have beat that are above 500?
They have how many wins? 12?
Yeah.
3.
2.
Ooh. Yeah,
do you know how many teams the New York Giants have beat above 500?
1.
2.
Yeah.
The
Patriots schedule was cooked. I think though that we talk about this numerous times. We talk about the parity in the NFL and how people go from worst to first. And I think that's just the scheduling. right? I mean, if you have a terrible season, let's just say it's a one-off, right, where you have injuries. Now you get a cupcake schedule and everybody's back and we're rolling. But let's move on. We got a few other games to wrap it up here.
It's all bounces of the ball too, bro. Like luck rankings and the way that sometimes a oblong ball bounces on a fumble, literally means making the playoffs, going to the Super Bowl, whatever it is. It's crazy that
you don't have to tell me as a Bears
bet
fan,
our
Jeff.
hard-earned dollars on this shit.
You don't have to tell me. I'm just happy. You know what? I was talking to somebody again at the bar about that Bears game. Usually it's us the other way around. We are usually the Packers in that scenario where we give up that lead to do all that. It's just nice to have the ball bounce our way. It seems almost scripted, but I don't know how you would do that. Seahawks headed to Carolina Panthers, Jeff. Huge game here. Both sides of the football. Big implications. I will be the biggest Panther fan. I know that you don't want them, but I need the Panthers to win. I want that number 1 seed. I will be go Panthers. This again seems like one of those things, Jeff. We're talking about a home dog here catching 7 points. I think that we also look at this as nobody respects the Panthers as a playoff team. Nobody really respects the Panthers in general. Maybe it's not just the Panthers. Maybe it's just Bryce Young. And the Seahawks have been crowned one of the best teams in the NFC pretty much the entire year with the Sam Darnold blips or whatever. 7 just seems like a lot, but I feel like this could also be something that where the Seahawks could win by 21.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're gonna bet a model, right? And Chad talks about all the time. You talk about, I guess it's usually home division because it's home division dogs. But even in this sense, you have a playoff team that's getting this many points. It seems like a play that should be on Carolina.
Potential playoff team.
Right. For me, I won't bet this game. I just won't. So
I'm definitely not. I will just be a big Panther fan. Please, Carolina, let's go. Pull one out of your ass. Win one for the Gipper. Whatever you want to say.
And all the times that I've rooted for Tyson and the Bears and Cubs. And it's crazy.
Well, no, not only that, Jeff. Let's go back to cinema. Let's go back to the cinema. The Bucks are going to take care of the Dolphins. Okay. So what would be better than week 18 to have multiple games, divisional games that determine playoffs? And if the Seahawks beat the Panthers and the Bucks win, then the Bucks are in. Correct? Yes, because they own the tiebreaker over them.
No.
What do you know?
If Carolina beats Tampa in week 18, then they have the tiebreaker over them head to head. They're 2-0.
Oh, you lost. Ew.
What do you mean? Jeff. We just lost last week to Carolina. What the fuck are you talking about?
Ew.
God bless, dude. Okay,
you
move on.
Poverty franchise. Losing to the Panthers twice in one season.
We haven't lost to him twice. We've lost to him once. In a game. I don't know how we fucking lost that game. I don't know how we lost the Atlanta game. Anyway,
again, I see this as Panthers Bucks both winning this week, and it's week 18, baby, for the division.
Right.
Regardless, it's week 18 for the division. I'll be rooting for them. Eagles, Bills, Jeff, do we even care about this game?
Yes.
Why do I care about this game?
Because this is a line that gets drawn in the sand at Kitty O'Shea's Irish Pub and Buffalo Bar every single week. It being a Buffalo bar, but also having about 20-25 Philly fans that are there every single week. It's always a battle for TVs and for just different things, and they always troll each other back and forth. And so this is a very, very fun, interesting game. Let's just say
I don't really have a lean either way on this, Jeff. But as I look and I see, where did I? God, come on, man, where to go? I see 97% of the money. 97% of the money on Buffalo.
Yeah, which is wild. Because I think Philly's just going to run the ball down their fucking throat the entire game.
Well, you would think so, but sometimes people don't do that. Philly +2. Oh, you got him +2. I see him at 1.5 right now, but yeah, to me, let me ask you this, Jeff.
I agree with that, Chad. Two fraudulent teams. I don't think either of them are very good, but
Josh Allen is really good. I'll say that Josh Allen is really good. And
sure.
I don't like to bet against him, but let me ask you this question. And Chad, maybe you can say when it gets to 1.5, do you just take the extra juice and take the money line at that point?
No.
Why?
Because going for 2, like look at the Rams and the Seahawks game last Thursday,
Okay.
right? They come down, it goes to OT.
Okay.
Seahawks score. They go for 2 to win the game instead of going for the tie. So you go for 2, they win by 1. The spread was 1.5. So technically the Rams covered the spread because you got 1.5.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the favorite. If you're betting the favorite.
If you're betting the favorite,
yeah. So on this one, so it's Buffalo
Sure.
minus 1.5. Why? At that point, would you just not take? Would you not just take the money line?
Absolutely.
Just
Absolutely
the
not. I
favorite,
would.
Chad, not the dog, not the dog.
Yeah, as if you're betting the favorite, then yes. But if not, you definitely slide it.
I mean, it's like 25, 20 points, difference on it. But I mean, at that point, I think you just gotta bet the money line. No college football playoffs this weekend, Jeffrey. We're getting geared up for next week.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
No. I mean, I will say this. I am excited for tomorrow at noon. I am taking Clemson to start off my Saturday. So there is that. But
Clemson at noon tomorrow.
Yeah,
we got toilet bowls.
Penn State, Clemson tomorrow at noon. I think Clemson 2.5, something like that. I just think Penn State's going to have a lot of opt-outs here. And I think it's going to be a big factor. Obviously, you have the coaching change. You have a veteran team as well, too. I know some people who like BYU here in this spot tomorrow as well, too, on Saturday. I actually kind of like Georgia Tech. I like teams that still are very connected.
Are they all playing?
There was a lot of noise that happened with BYU. And
shout out to BYU as well.
Everything that happened, obviously they missed the playoff. Are they going to come out with a chip on their shoulder, or are the Mormons going to come out and, just be happy to be soaking with another team?
Yeah.
So
shout out to BYU for not taking your ball and going home like other people that didn't make the playoffs. My question for Georgia Tech is, you
blame Notre Dame for that, or should Notre Dame have gone and did what Florida State did and played their third string players against another team's first string players and got drubbed and have it look terrible?
Well, to me,
because Florida State catches shit for losing to Georgia in that manner, and that's the justification that people have for why they were out of the playoff that year.
Okay, lot to unpack there. I absolutely blame Notre Dame. I think that they're my feelings on Notre Dame are quite known. Now it looks like Marcus Freeman's going to the New York Football Giants, by the way. I don't know if you've seen that, heard those rumors. That's a little insider information that I'm going to really, put out to the world. But it looks like Marcus Freeman's going to be going there. And, good for him, because to me, I think he's an excellent coach. I know he was in the conversations for the Chicago Bears when they talked about. So good for him, man. Get your shot out there. Get out of Notre Dame. You used Notre Dame for exactly what you needed to do. You didn't play anybody. You had some good teams, great recruitment. You lost the games that mattered. You got shut out of the playoffs. So you took your ball and went to the NFL. Shout out to you, man. Congratulations. Go get your bag. I wish you nothing but success on the next level. To me, though, this Notre Dame shit's got to stop. It's just got to stop. And the fact that you're just opting out of a bowl game because you're pouting, I think that that's disingenuous to the players. You can't tell me that all of the players in that locker room were like, you know what, one more game on a national spotlight is not going to help my career potentially moving forward. I think that this is a trickle-down effect from the top down where they, crybabies, you had the athletic director from Notre Dame bitching at the ACC for trying to protect one of their football teams that you don't want to be a part of the conference in to get them into the playoffs. I will say this, though. I didn't hear in the ACC doing all of this championing when Florida State got left out.
No.
I will say that. But this is also something, Jeff, where this campaign was made before the decision was made. So after the decision when Florida, what are they going to do at that point? I get that. But, to me, Notre Dame, take your ball and go fucking to somewhere else. Because the way that your schedule is next year, only 3 away games and guaranteed to be in the college football playoffs, just if you're in the top 12 regardless, it's asinine. So you know what? I think it's disingenuous. I think it's poor leadership. I think it reflects on the athletic director, the coaching, the whole 9 yards, that you're going to tell your football program that we don't need to play in another game because we didn't get the respect that we deserved. When some of these kids could probably use an extra game to get some more film on tape, either if Marcus Freeman leaves for the transfer portal or to boost their NFL career. not the running back, who obviously is going to go draft. Love. Is it Love?
Yeah.
So yeah, screw Notre Dame, man. Screw Notre Dame. Honestly, I'm not looking forward to these playoff games, to be perfectly honest with you.
I like Notre Dame. Shout out to the Catholic Church as well too.
Oh yeah, because that's another great track record.
Just in case the Illuminati's watching.
Yeah. I did go the other day. Thank you very much. Why they don't? Yeah, I'll talk about that later. Off for. Yeah. Anything else? Wrap us up, Jeremy. Headphones.
Right, Jeremy's over here. I'm dying laughing because Jeremy is kicked back, feet up, just flipping channels over here.
Yeah, I saw it. Just turn off the sound, please. There you go.
Sorry.
Yeah,
and
he's having a grand old time.
I know he's not flipping back and forth between our show on YouTube, so I know that's not a thing. So I'm wondering what could be more important than our show.
Maybe he's got ESPN on for other or has insider information channels.
He's just looking for breaking news to be able to.
What I'm doing, man. Monitoring what I do.
What do you do?
He works 28 hours the past 2 days.
No. I'm talking about when he's sitting there. Because he also gets up and moves a lot. Like there's times when I don't see him at all.
He's a little shifty.
He is
a little squirrely.
You gotta get your.
He's got a day off today.
You gotta time out your poop breaks, brother.
What are you doing today?
No plans today.
Go play some golf, man. Beautiful out.
Watch the Chappelle.
I might do that. Might grab some lunch and watch that, and then
yeah.
Get outside the house. Relax. Get out of the house. Get out of the house. 78 degrees out. Get out of the house.
Why do you sound like your father?
Maybe
get out of the house and go play.
Maybe I'll go buy a bicycle or something. Who knows?
There you go. Get yourself a bicycle.
I mean, like a motorcycle.
I want to ride my bicycle.
No,
everybody. I gotta go put my baby down. Everybody.
Jeff, that's a little extreme, dude. That's a little extreme.
What? He's acting up.
Little extreme. You don't need to put your child down. Okay.
Yeah, I do.
It's not an animal. You cannot euthanize your child.
No.
Okay. That's going to do it for us today. Jeremy, any errors or omissions?
Anthony did.
Yeah, she got away with it. You are in Florida, so
allegedly.
I don't
want to get sued by anybody.
Jeremy, I heard she's on Tinder, by the way. She's back to dating in the Florida pool.
Could you imagine Jeremy matches with Casey Anthony?
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Pops up to Kitty's for an after date cocktail.
Yeah. Yeah, what's up?
Like, Casey Anthony, have you ever heard of a Thin Mint shot? No.
Oh, what was that Thin Mint shot again? I was trying to tell Bianca about it and I forgot.
Car bomb.
Rumple Mints?
Yeah, so basically it's a car bomb. It's an Irish car bomb. But instead of JMO, you just put Rumple Mints in there.
So it's just Rumple Mints and Guinness?
Bailey's
gets floated on top of the Rumpies.
And then Guinness?
Yep. And you drop it into Guinness, yeah.
So Rumple Mints, Bailey's, and Guinness.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Correct. It tastes like a Girl Scout cookie. It's crazy.
I can't wait to do. I cannot wait to do 10 of them on your bar tab. Cannot wait. It's gonna be epic.
We're not doing this shit.
Yes, we are. 2 bar tabs. You owe me. Documented. Signed, sealed, and delivered.
I think that you paid Jeremy a bar tab.
Yeah, because we all know if anybody has watched this show for any time at all, we always know Jeremy has my back and my side of things. Yes, you are
always.
Absolutely.
You guys are together. You guys are Bears fans. You guys are thick as thieves,
bro. Sure. Well, on that note, that's going to do it for us today at the Uninformed Fan. If you do happen to be driving this week, please, for the love of God, stay out of the left lane. Have a great Christmas. I hope you guys blah, blah, blah. Jeffrey, blah, blah, blah. We'll see you back on Monday. Go Bears.
Bear down.